Perhaps the biggest jet pilot in the Air Force is Major Daniel James, with 230 pounds distributed on a 6'4" frame. A veteran of Korean fighting, he has won the Distinguished Flying Cross for extraordinary heroism while leading a ground support mission deep in enemy territory. In Korea, he flew 101 missions. Now he is passing on his know-how to other pilots who, like himself, will stand ready to guard our shores from any aggressor. Meet Vera Francis, promising young starlet and model. She divides her time between Hollywood, where she made her first screen appearance in The President's Lady, and modeling in New York. A call for photographs sends her searching through her collection. Each pose suggests a different mood. You can be certain you'll be seeing more of her stunning beauty. One of America's biggest success stories is the career of Paul Williams of California, an architect of international repute. At his office in Los Angeles, he's usually busy with new projects on the drafting board, from which have come some of the most beautiful buildings in Los Angeles and Hollywood. For instance, Saks Fifth Avenue in Beverly Hills, the home of William Paley, famous radio and TV executive, one of the many outstanding Hollywood homes designed by Paul Williams. Another is the home of Freeman Gosden, famous radio star. The Al Jolson Monument is another achievement of Williams. And as you would expect, one of his most outstanding designs is the home he built for himself and Mrs. Williams. Paul Williams, recipient of a Certificate of Merit from the World's Fair, winner of 3 national competitions, holder of the Spingarn Medal, sets a truly impressive example of accomplishment by an outstanding individual. Probably the most unique enterprise undertaken by any woman is Eslanda's bridal service. In her Washington, D.C. shop, entire weddings are planned. A prospective bride need only inform Eslanda of the happy date and the work begins. First, the gown is chosen and fitted. Then the bride has only to go home, relax, and wait. On the wedding day, all is in readiness. Invitations mailed and food ordered. All as a part of this unique service. Another happy client, another marriage with an auspicious start, thanks to Eslanda. Gloves by Athelina Latham of Chicago have become a high note in the world of fashion. As a designer, she's known by her exciting creations from San Francisco to Paris. Her work is always in demand, and understandably so. Magic in lace or feathers, a glove to suit any need or fancy, wrought with rare craftsmanship to glorify milady's hand. Athelina's creative imagination has resulted in such unusual innovations as this stole with gloves attached, or, if you prefer, gloves with attached stole. It's as attractive as it is unique, like almost all of Athelina's handiwork. Casey Ferguson's beat is around New York's radio and TV studios, where he's a familiar sight to many, few of whom realize that he's no mere shoeshine boy. Casey is a songwriter as well. His first number, I'm Free, has been published and recorded. And now Casey continues his musical activities at home, studying, composing, never idle. He's got a lot more songs to write. This impressive Los Angeles building is the home of the Golden State Mutual Life Insurance Company. And in a high post within this thriving concern is a woman of unusual business and administrative ability. Verna A. Hickman, through many years of diligent work and good business practice, has risen to the post of administrator of the Information and Field Service Division of this million-dollar enterprise. Work runs smoothly in her well-appointed office with the aid of the most modern business equipment. The efficiency with which cases are handled is most impressive to clients, a tribute to the skill and competence of Verna Hickman. Among the offices of Los Angeles City Hall, one of the busiest is that of Dr. J. Alexander Somerville, a man with 3 vocations, each alone enough to keep him busy. A successful author, critics praised his book, Man of Color. He's a member of the Board of Police Commissioners as well, where he has earned praise and honor for an admirable job. In addition, Dr. Somerville is a dentist with a large practice. Somehow he finds time from his other activities to care for his patients. A leading home economist is Mrs. Frida DeKnight of Ebony magazine. Her popular articles on food and home furnishings and her book, A Date with a Dish, have won international honor. A large portion of Mrs. DeKnight's time is spent in the Ebony Test Kitchen. In reality, it is an informal laboratory where each recipe to be published is tested under home cooking conditions. Special attention is given to weight and texture as well as appearance, and only perfection rates the DeKnight stamp of approval. An attractive dining table is essential to good eating, and the Ebony dining room, where countless celebrities have been entertained, is Mrs. DeKnight's domain. Everyone who's eaten here has come away filled with praise for Frida DeKnight, in anyone's book or cookbook, a true artist. Young stenographers have long envied and admired Cortez Peters, the world's portable typewriter champion and winner of the world's Professional Accuracy Award. Mr. Peters himself takes charge of the typing department of his well-known business school in Washington, D.C. Pupils are amazed at his proficiency, and he's a little proud of it himself. Typing with a pair of mittens on his hands is a specialty, a demonstration of the fact that typing mastery isn't all in the fingers. Rhythm is important, and you can see that that's true just by watching. Cortez Peters really has it. He's the king of typewriter swing. A new radio personality is Dorothea Tolles. The grace and charm that have made her a top fashion model in New York and Paris carry over the airwaves, making her a popular commentator on the women's world. It's an informal morning show in which she and partner Evelyn Robinson discuss subjects of especial interest to the fair sex. Just emerging as a radio personality, she's already a well-known figure in the world of fashion. Dorothea's charm and talent have carried her far along the road to fame since that Paris holiday when she met Christian Dior, who convinced her to start a career as a model. Quite a turnabout from Texas-born Dorothea's original ambition to become a biology teacher. Nearing the end of a distinguished career is Charles Brown, who has spent 65 years at the British Embassy in Washington, D.C., perhaps a world's record for length of service in the diplomatic field. Awards he has received include the coveted Victoria Bronze Medal bestowed upon him by the late King George VI. In 1953, Charles Brown received a trip to London to see the coronation, the 6th British monarch he has served. Meet a one-man monopoly. Lawrence Cook, the piano roll maker for the only company still producing rolls for the mechanical instruments. There are a respectable 100,000 player pianos still in service, and Mr. Cook cuts 3 new arrangements a week. regular feature is Kitten on the Keys. Daughter Annazella and son Gene, both studying abroad, are both piano roll fans. With his monopoly in a still thriving field and 2 fine children, there are no piano roll blues for Lawrence Cook. In the studio of Jackie Ormes, one of the few women cartoonists, the popular comic strip characters of Torchy and Heartbeat and Patty Jo literally spring to life. Syndicated in scores of newspapers, her cartoons reach more than 1 million readers each week. Fashion-minded youngsters especially like Torchy Togs, the cutout section of the comics. Jackie has received many awards for her creations that have developed into many interesting sidelines. Probably the most famous is the Patty Jo doll. One of the nation's first, Patty Jo is known and favored in America as the ideal Negro-type doll, a cute playmate that's brought happiness to many a youngster. The achievement Jackie Ormes is proudest of. Happiness is her trademark.